Welcome to Triple Level Travel, where every city gets the spotlight, and today, we're diving into New Orleans, a place that doesn't just welcome you, it pulls you in. This is where jazz spills onto cobblestone streets, beignets count as breakfast and dessert, and the stories are as rich as the gumbo. We're exploring the Big Easy in 3 ways: on a $1,000 budget, a $3,000 level up, and a VIP blowout rounding out at $43,000. Whether you're street dancing in the French Quarter or toasting rooftop champagne in the Garden District, one thing's guaranteed: you won't leave the same. Budget Adventurer, $1,000. First up, we're hitting New Orleans the budget adventurer way, with high flavor, low cost, and just enough chaos to make it memorable. Round-trip flights from cities like Houston, Atlanta, or Orlando come in at $135 on budget airlines like Spirit or Frontier No Frills, but hey, we're not flying first class. Once you land, grab a jazzy pass for $8, covering unlimited streetcar and bus rides for 3 days, because in this town, even the public transit grooves. You'll stay at the India House Hostel, a funky, colorful spot near mid-city with a pool, a courtyard, and enough personality to keep things interesting. At $50 a night, that's $150 for 3 nights, leaving you plenty of room for beignets and brass bands. Day 1 starts with powdered sugar and a second-line beat. Head straight to Café du Monde, where $6.75 gets you 3 legendary beignets and a chicory coffee that'll jolt your soul into gear. Spend your morning wandering the French Quarter free, fabulous, and full of brass bands playing like the pavement owes them money. For lunch, grab a shrimp po' boy from Killer Po' Boys, $14, tucked in the back of a dive bar. Like all great things in this city, spend the afternoon at the Voodoo Museum, $10 for a mysterious experience that blends history with local legend. Dinner's at Coop's Place, where $27 scores you a cup of gumbo, rabbit jambalaya, and fried chicken with a crowd. Cap the night with a French Quarter ghost tour, $25, equal parts haunted history and sweaty storytelling. Day 1, total $82.75. Day 2 is where things get spooky, scenic, and saucy. Breakfast hits at Toast in the Bywater, where $16 gets you a banana Foster crepe and coffee with strong opinions. For lunch, head to Willie Mae's Scotch House for the world-famous fried chicken plate, $15. Crispy, juicy, and served with a side of local pride. Walk it off at City Park, then head into the New Orleans Museum of Art, $20 for a seriously legit collection. Dinner's a banger at Dat Dog, where $13.25 gets you a gator sausage, waffle fries, and a soda with neon flair. Finish the day with free live jazz at the Spotted Cat. Just buy a drink, $8, and let the saxophone do the rest. Day 2, total $72.25. Last day, and we're going full flavor, full throttle. Grab breakfast at District Donut Sliders Brew, $9.25 for a donut and coffee combo that makes you question everything you thought you knew about breakfast. Head to the French Market and pick up souvenir hot sauce, a voodoo doll, and local artwork, $30 and worth every penny. For lunch, hit Central Grocery and Deli for half a muffaletta sandwich, $12, salty, cheesy, and built like a brick of joy. Spend the afternoon thrifting at Buffalo Exchange on Magazine Street. $25 gets you a vintage tee and something you'll swear was a steal. For dinner, head down to Dat Kitchen in the Marini, where $15 scores you red beans, rice, fried catfish, and that good kind of spice. Wrap up your trip with a free outdoor concert in Louis Armstrong Park, because why not? Day 3, total $91.25. Final budget. Breakdown. Flight. Round trip from nearby cities, $135. Local transport. Jazzy pass. $8. Lodging. 3 nights at India House Hostel, $150. Day 1, $82.75. Day 2, $72.25. Day 3, $91.25. Grand total, $539.25. Level Up, tier $3,000. New Orleans at the Level Up tier is a whole different rhythm. Slower mornings, sharper style, and food that makes you stop mid-bite. A Delta Comfort plus round-trip flight from cities like Chicago, Charlotte, or Dallas runs around $410, giving you early boarding, room to breathe, and enough peace to dream about beignets before landing. Once you're in town, a mix of ride shares and a one-day rental for scenic detours totals $190 over 3 days. you'll check into the Eliza Jane, a 4-star boutique hotel tucked between the French Quarter and the Warehouse District, with exposed brick, velvet chairs, and garden courtyard charm. It runs $270 a night, $810 total, for a stay that feels like Southern poetry wrapped in design. Your first full day moves like a slow brass solo, unhurried, rich, and deeply layered. Start with breakfast at the Vintage on Magazine Street, $22 for crab cake Benedict and a café au lait. Spend the morning exploring the historic French Quarter on a guided architectural tour, $35, full of hidden courtyards and wrought iron stories. For lunch, head to Sylvan, where the shaved Brussels sprout salad and seared Gulf fish run $44, light and southern with a twist. After a stroll through Jackson Square and a stop at St. Louis Cathedral, enjoy dinner at Compère Lapin, $76 for curried goat, buttermilk biscuits, and a cocktail you'll still be thinking about on the flight home. Day 1, total $177. Day 2 is about slow southern beauty and little luxuries. Begin with brunch at Atchafalaya, where duck hash and a Bloody Mary bar come to $42. Afterward, cruise down St. Charles Avenue en route to the Garden District walking tour, $32, where storybook mansions frame every step. Lunch is at La Petite Grocery, where the blue crab beignets come in at $21, rich and golden. Spend the afternoon at the Contemporary Arts Center, $20 admission. Then wander through the nearby Arts District galleries. Dinner is at Seaworthy, where the chef's oyster trio, citrus snapper, and wine pairing total $88. Bright, briny, and unforgettable. Day 2, total $203. Your final day leans into creativity, community, and just a little indulgence. Start with breakfast at Willa Jean, where sweet potato biscuits, bacon, and fresh juice come to $20. Spend your morning exploring the French market, then swing by Faulkner House Books and Rouge Boutique for curated finds. Budget $280 for handcrafted jewelry, a bespoke linen shirt, and rare vinyl from Louisiana Music Factory. For lunch, stop at Coquette, $52 for the seasonal lunch prefix and a glass of Chenin Blanc. Wind down with a sunset riverboat cruise on the Mississippi, $58, complete with live jazz and skyline views. Dinner closes at Jewel of the South, $79 for gumbo, roast duck, and a nightcap done right. Day 3, total $489. Final budget. Breakdown flight. Comfort Plus round trip, $410. Transport. Uber Plus one-day car rental, $190. Hotel, 3 nights at the Eliza Jane, $810 day 1. Total, $177 day 2. Total, $203 day 3. Total, $489. Grand total, $2,279. VIP luxury, $43,000. New Orleans at the VIP level doesn't just welcome you, it rolls out the velvet carpet and waits with a glass of champagne in hand. A first-class round-trip flight from cities like New York, Los Angeles, or London clocks in at $6,200, complete with lie-flat seats, champagne on boarding, and a hot towel that smells like generational wealth. Upon arrival, your chauffeured Rolls-Royce Ghost awaits $2,200 round trip for 3 days of door-to-door elegance. You'll be staying in the penthouse suite at the Ritz-Carlton, New Orleans. A private terrace, a baby grand piano, skyline views, and 24-hour butler service are included. At $5,850 per night, your 3-night stay totals $17,550 because in this city, even luxury knows how to party. You don't ease into New Orleans, not at this level. You start with breakfast in bed, plated by your in-suite Ritz-Carlton chef, $400 for crawfish omelets, truffle grits, and a mimosa flight that changes your definition of morning. Then it's off to Commander's Palace for a private Creole cooking class, $300, hosted in the garden room with champagne in hand and hot sauce lessons worth bottling. Next, you're escorted to a behind-the-scenes tour of the historic New Orleans collection, led by a private historian, $950, with exclusive archive access and curated wine pairings. After your stylist lays out evening wear, dinner happens on a rooftop. Jack Rose serves oysters 3 ways: Wagyu short rib and vintage Bordeaux, $750 with skyline views and candlelight catching the steam off your plate. Day 1, total $2,400. Day 2 isn't a schedule, it's a slow burn performance. The morning opens in the Garden District, where you begin a private fashion and antique crawl. You'll spend $4,200 on hand-sewn linen, rare jewels, and objects with stories baked into them. Lunch at Restaurant August follows $200 for Gulf oysters, foie gras torchon, and a French-accented wine flight that hums with every pour. Afterward, slip into velvet seating at Preservation Hall, $3,000 for a private mid-afternoon jazz salon that plays just for you and no one else. As twilight sets in, a horse-drawn carriage pulls up outside your suite. Dinner takes place in a historic mansion where a private chef's 5-course Creole tasting menu, a harpist, and a wine sommelier deliver a $1,000 finale that delivers richness with grace. Each bite more refined than the last. Total $8,400. Your last morning begins above the city sunrise yoga and guided meditation on a hidden rooftop garden. $600 with herbal tonics and skyline views perfect for finding your inner calm. Brunch is all show at Brennan's $285 for eggs, hussard, bananas, Foster flambé tableside, and Café Brûlot set on fire with flair. Then you dive deep into culture with a curated private gallery. Hop through the Marigny and Trem $700 spent on bold abstracts, hand-pulled prints, and art you'll swear you had to have. For the grand finale, your own private riverboat charter at sunset, $3,800 with a live jazz trio, open bar, and champagne sabering as the skyline glows gold. The Last Supper, served in sweet, gumbo zirb, filet béarnaise, and a flaming praline soufflé, $700, quiet, rich, and absolutely unforgettable. Day 3, total $6,085. Final VIP budget breakdown. Flight, first class round trip, $6,200. Chauffeur, Rolls-Royce Ghost, 3 days, $2,200. Hotel, 3 nights, Ritz-Carlton Penthouse Suite, $17,550. Day 1, total $2,400. Day 2, total $8,400. Day 3, total $6,085. Grand total, $42,835. That's how you do New Orleans, whether you're riding streetcars, sipping rooftop Sazeracs, or chartering the Mississippi with a jazz trio on board. 3 budgets, 3 ways. It is one unforgettable city. Which version fits your vibe? Budget, level up, or VIP? Drop your pick in the comments, hit subscribe, and let us know where you want us to go next. Because the next adventure, it's already loading.